All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short video of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, Let the Inhabitants of the Land Tremble. All right, and Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I have this, and that's paraphrasing Salakia from Joel, the second chapter, in the first verse, which I'm gonna read here in a second, Salakia. But Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I have this article here from the Vice News, and it says steel bunkers, laden pills, and canned food. Fear of nuclear apocalypse is back. All right, let's just read a little bit of this article. All right, and it says, for the first time in 5 years, Gary Lynch company is so busy that he needs to leave his office to go and help his employees in the field. His company sells steel bunkers and bomb shelters, right? And people are buying bunkers and things like that because they're in fear of well, really before this whole thing with Ukraine and Russia went down, people were buying bunkers and things like that, and prepping and all that. You got a lot of preppers on YouTube, because they know all hell is getting ready to break loose. All right, here in Babylon the Great. But it says his company sells steel bunkers and bomb shelters. The general manager of the Texas-based Raise S companies had to help install a 1,600 square feet model, which goes for a touch over 300,000. He told Vice News during the lunch break at the local Taco Bell that his company receives over 700 inquiries recently in a time frame where they typically would have received about 10. So the people in the land here in Babylon the Great know what time it is, man. All right, they know that that all hell is getting ready to break loose here in America. All right, and they know how close we are to nuclear war. All right, and if you're the only way to survive this nuclear bombs is to be a part of the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3. The only ones that's gonna survive the destruction is the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The elect out of them, 144,000, and the 1/3 of them, however many of the elect is here in America, and the elites. But more than likely, the elites of Esau, all right, they're not, we pretty much they're not going to be here. They're going to be in neutral other countries. All right, they're not going to be here in America. So the only ones that's going to survive the nukes here in America is the elect, because they're going to get beamed up out of here. All right. It says on Thursday morning when he started seeing the nuclear threats, the phone started ringing immediately. Right, the people are afraid, man. The people are getting more and more afraid. And like I said, people were, prepping and building bunkers and things like that before this whole thing with Russia and Ukraine started going down. When the Gold Crown Rail 19 thing really kicked off and the shortages and all of that, people were panicking then. But now people are panicking now more than ever. Like the guy said, usually he received about 10 calls. But now he's received over 700 calls from people trying to buy bunkers, and they're $300,000. So only, rich Edomites and all that can afford that. Cause niggas they ain't buying. It's like them basketball players and football players. Them niggas ain't buying no bunkers or nothing like that. It's probably only rich, well-to-do Edomites. All right. And when we started seeing the nuclear threats, the phone started ringing immediately. Said Lynch. Some of the people who called were people who were already considering the need for a backyard bunker, and the Ukrainian conflict is what, right, due to the whole shortages and all of that, people were getting afraid. People were fearing, basically for all hell to break loose here in America because of the shortages and things like that. People were prepping up, buying food, hoarding gas and all of that. All right. But now with this whole thing with Ukraine and Russia's going on, and how they're talking about nuking each other, using nuclear weapons and all that. All right, now people are getting more afraid. All right, which the missiles ain't gonna be shot until the MOTB comes to pass, like Elder Torah always says, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, but if you didn't know any better, all right, you would if you were just a regular, and I speak as a novice when I say this, Um, if you didn't know the truth, if I didn't know the truth, I would have swore that, nukes could be shot any day now. The way these devils are talking, all right, finally pushed them over the edge. A good chunk of inquiries, Lynch said, were pretty uh frantic. These people who don't know what to ask, they never looked at a bomb shelter before, said Lynch, and they're the ones that are calling and asking, will this protect me from a nuclear fallout? If you're in America, no, because uh, the scriptures say in Revelation 18, the Lord said, uh, nobody was going to be found no more at all in thee. All right, so unless you're of the elect and you're beating up out of here, it ain't like you're gonna, Babylon's gonna be destroyed. All right, gonna be wiped out clean with the missiles. Then you're gonna come out of the nuclear bunkers like in the movies. You're gonna come out 5 or 10 days later, and you're the only one in America alive. Now everybody in America is gonna be destroyed. Everybody that's left behind in America is gonna be destroyed. All right, and we have to tell them, well, no, it's not going to protect you from that because it can't. Nothing can protect you from the nukes. All right, so at least they're being honest, because nothing's going to protect you from the nukes. From a direct hit from a bomb. And that's pretty much all I want to read. But yeah, man, the people in the land are trembling, man. All right, because they know how close you are to the day of the Lord, man. So let's get that scripture. And it's really only Edomites. Again, niggas ain't taking this serious. Niggas are making rap songs about Vladimir Putin. You niggas are fucking stupid, man. All right, I seen one dude on the internet just made a diss track on Vladimir Putin. These niggas are fucking dumb, man. Or the past. That's why when the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai brings Jacob trouble, he's gonna get your face cracked, man. Gonna get your skull cracked and put to death. All right, you niggas think everything is a joke, man. That is sickening, man. It's sickening how stupid and playful you niggas are, man. We're in some serious times, man. All right, niggas making diss songs about Vladimir Putin. Niggas wearing a Ukrainian flag. All right, and all that shit. Man, the hell with the devils, man. All right, let them devils kill each other, man. This is Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Right, which is Israel. All right, but the trumpet is being blown everywhere throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, about the destruction here in America, worldwide, because by way of the internet, the trumpet is being blown, which represents this word being pushed out. Because Israel is scattered everywhere. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. Right, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. And that's what you're seeing now. People buying nuclear bunkers like that, buying nuclear bunkers and prepping, and people are in fear, man. People are getting afraid. All right, why? For the day of the Lord, for the day of the Lord cometh. Right, for the day of the Lord cometh. And the people are starting to realize that. The mass people here in Babylon is starting to realize that, man. Again, that dude said he only usually gets about 10 calls for a nuclear bunker, but in um in the last few days he received 700 calls for them, and they're $30,000 a piece. Well, for the 1,600 square foot one, it's 30,000, 300. It's like $300,000 a piece. For it is nigh at hand, right? For it is nigh at hand. The destruction is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. They had not been ever the light, neither shall it be any more after it, even to those years of many generations. Right. So again, like I said, let the inhabitants of the land tremble, and that's what you're seeing now. People are getting afraid. It's like people here in Babylon agree are getting afraid. All right, that's why the number of people buying nuclear bunkers has gone up here in Babylon agree. When you watch these people live streams, these YouTubers live streams speaking about financial things and things like that, People are talking about um buying silver, buying gold. People know we're in serious times, man. People are talking about prepping, buying more canned goods, storing up gas. All right, and then mainly only really Edomites though, because again, you Jakes are just clowns, man. And that's why you niggas gonna get put to death, man, in the worst way. That's why y'all about Shemi Al gonna put you to death in the worst way. All right, if you do make it that long to survive the nukes, to survive Jacob's trouble, the nukes is definitely gonna wipe your ass out, man. All right, because again, the only way is up. And again, let me get this real quick. Because the only ones that's gonna survive this is the elect. The nuclear bombs, the destruction here in America is the elect. This is Salakia. This is This is First Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain upon the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them neither which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangels, and the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Right, the first fruits. Then we which are alive and remain shall be called up together with them in the cloud. That's the elect. And the clouds is talking about a so-called UFO. All right. The Lord, scripture saying in Psalm, the Lord maketh the clouds his chariots to meet the Lord in the air, and to so right when the destruction happens. That's the only way out of this. That's the only way out of this destruction. No nuclear, like the guy told you, no bomb shelter is going to save you from a nuclear missile, man. All right, and it said from a direct hit, and the scriptures say prophesied about 200 million missiles hitting this place. All right, so this place is going to be engulfed with it's going to be covered with nuclear missiles. When the missiles are shot, the scriptures say, it's like 200 million missiles is going to cover the land, man. Like elders and brothers always use that example of 300 when they was killing when they the last battle scene with the Persians or whatever when they were fighting the Greeks, when they shot them arrows in the air, and them arrows blocked out. Oh, well, it was one scene. I can't remember if it was the last scene or a scene before the last or whatever. But one of the scenes when they were fighting, they shot the arrows, and the arrows covered the sky. All right, it blocked out the sun. It was so many arrows shot, and that's the same way them nukes is going to do, man. It's going to be so many nuclear missiles flying over here. There's no way them bunkers are going to get directly hit. The whole land is is going to get wiped out. So it's the point I'm making is there's no way you're going to survive that, man. The only way out is up. The only way out is up. All right, and the only ones that's gonna make it out of here is the elect. All right, together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Right, the only ones that's gonna survive this again is the elect. All right, the 144,000 and the 1/3, and everybody else that's left behind here in America is going to be destroyed. All right, you can have the best nuclear bunker money can buy. If the nukes hit it, it's gonna be wiped out. All right, like the guy said, if it takes a direct hit, you can kiss that bunker goodbye. It's out of here. All right. And the elites again, they're going to be in other countries, and the scriptures tell us what's going to happen to them. In the book of Psalms, it speaks about binding their nobles, which that's the elites of Esau. All right, with chains and feathers of iron. All right, and they're going to be in bunkers and underground water stations and things like that. And it tells you in Amos the ninth chapter, like around the third or fourth verse, it tells you that the elect is going to go around gathering them up and chaining them up. All right. But if you're left behind here in America, you're going to be destroyed straight up. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse. I'm gonna start at verse 21. Revelation chapter 18, verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down." And what's that violence? What's going to make that violence? The scriptures is talking about the nuclear missiles, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found no more at all in thee, and the sound of the millstone should be heard no more at all in thee. Right? So people that play trumpets and craftsmen, people that specialize in different in different crafts or whatever, all right, ain't gonna be here anymore. Why? Because everybody's gonna die. Everybody that's left behind here in America is gonna die. All right, shall be heard no more at all in thee. In the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom or the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by their sorcery were all nations deceived. Right. So, like I said, they spoke about musicians and pipers and trumpeters and men of craft shall be found no more at all in thee. Because everybody that's left behind in America is going to die. All right, so a nuclear bunker ain't going to deliver you from nothing, man. But again, it does show though that people are afraid. People are getting afraid. The inhabitants of the land are trembling, man. All right, again, this guy went from building 10, around this time of the year, building 10 bunkers to 700, man. So the people in the land are definitely trembling, man. All right. And it's going to get, things are definitely just going to turn up more and more and more. All right. So with that, I pray this video was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to the brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. And Lord will, I wasn't too all over the place, and Lord will, again, this video was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.